Hello there. So yeah, man, it's Daniel here. So yeah, man, I got what I wanted. Now it's gonna be the closing. Um, okay, no, I got there and like I've been done. And like, no, I just realized, that it's improving. The show up rate. Because I don't know if that's because of the leads. If that's because of the messages, the sequence that I'm using, but it's getting better. Uh, no, the presentation is not a constraint anymore. Not like it used to be. Now it's the closing thing. I've been like pitching like just like, hey man, like what about the training closing? I wanna close. And then today we had the training for closing. The new guys, they're not dialing yet, but they are all set up. So I had to set up their Fathom as well, and that's really shitty. And she taught like how to do it, and like it's pretty much negotiation. Like because the sales part of it, like, is not sales pretty much. It's more like negotiation than sales. Yeah, there's you know you ask for the money and all, but like 85% of it is like just negotiation. Bets. Like is this amount gonna work for you? No, like what about this? What about that? Like it's pretty much it's negotiation, and there's a lot of payment structures. Uh, so there's a lot of ways to pay the full amount because it's like things like that are 180K. So like it's things that like the most of the times that they're not gonna pay the full amount like upfront. They do a down payment and then like they do installments with the rest. And they like I don't know how they call this in the US, but like here we call balloons. So like these are like certain months that they're gonna pay like more, like way more. So like the installments don't be that much big. So like for example like 10K, they paying like there's one month that like throughout the 1 year, like it's gonna be like one time that they're gonna pay like uh, a high amount. So like the rest of the installments are not that big, so we can like fit their um, their budget. You know. So yeah, and like that it really got me confused. I was like, fuck, man. And especially because there's the thing of the math. You got to do the math. So like like you're using the calculator, so like it's not that much of a trouble, but you know, there's like a way to do. You get the full price. There's a 10%. And by the way, the down payment they can like do installments with that as well. And then like there are the balloons and there's permutations. And then like you can also like merge weeks of different apartments. So yeah, man, that's that's really interesting. And like I was like, fuck, man, I was very confused. I was like, with a lot of questions. And I was like very annoying. Like, okay, how does that work? Not say that again. And I was like, fuck, like it's better to do this now. Like then, like fuck it up later, right? For example, there was one call. Yeah, man, not my proudest, but like I was like, no, let's reschedule this shit because like right now, like man, I need to because it was just so much information that I was like, no, wait a minute, man, I need a time here to absorb this thing and like and process that, like to understand like what is this, so I was like, no, fuck it, let's reschedule. And like there was like for example like today I was supposed to have like three calls. I had one call, but the guy, no, I don't know if he was, no, if it was true or not. But like he said, his battery died. So and then like I tried to get hold of him. No, I couldn't. And then like there was this lady, um, very like blunt and to the point. And she's like, I just have 10 minutes. I was like, you know what? Reschedule. Because that was like right after the training. Like there was a lot of things on my head at that time, and like I just had 10 minutes, to do the presentation, and then there's also the closing, and I was like, nah, man. Mm-mm-mm. And she was being very blunt as well, so I was like, nah, reschedule, reschedule. And then like the other, like the last guy, like I was supposed to call like around 7. I mean, he was very like apparently he would show up, because he was like I said. So I won't be able to attend, because uh, something came up, so I'm not gonna be able to attend. Can we reschedule for tomorrow same time? He's like, I'll see like in my schedule. I said, okay, all right, fuck it. No, no, could I make the call? Yeah. No, did I? No. Do I regret? No. Uh, yeah, I don't regret. Yeah, maybe I could, but like for me, it was the right choice to study that shit. Yeah, because now I have a better understanding. Now it's about just putting the volume. And I also watch some objection handling videos. Just like to remember how it is, because they don't know how to do objection handling. Um, yeah, there's a lot of things that they don't know that I know. Like because there's a gap like of like no, I have to like fill this gap like with a lot of volume, and like just do things a lot, and then like the deals will come eventually. No, maybe faster than what I expect. You know, yeah, maybe by the end of this week. Who knows, right? Who knows? So yeah, man, it was a lot of things, but now I'm closer than ever. You know, I'm closer than ever. Now it's just a matter of the volume. Take this thing here. Oh, this fucking like it's really cold here, by the way. It is extremely cold. Anyway, so yeah, man, that's it. He's right there. Like he's right here, actually. Now let's keep moving forward and let's conquer. Bye. Fuck, man. It was a lot of information. A lot. But let's conquer.